Hey everybody, this is Grimcad, and we are back tonight for some Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. We are playing through the Tomb of Annihilation.
You should say, like, I am playing.
I am playing, but it's not just me. It's not just my journey. It's a journey I'm taking with all my friends. I'm Grimcat. I'm playing Riyadh Day, the Bee Druid, which is a flavor-shifted circle of spore druid. I couldn't think of what it was. I'm joined by a bunch of people tonight, and not prompting didn't work very well, so we'll go ahead and prompt people around this time.
Good man.
You should know you need to nudge us.
I know, right? Greg, say hi.
Hello.
Who are you playing today?
Oh, right, full description. Okay, yeah. Well, hello, and and I'm playing Jake, the cleric.
Yeah. Nikki, say hi.
Well, I'm looking at this picture of Guy Fieri and his Pokemon team of a Zangoose, a Munchlax, this Magmar eating a burger, and this Rotom that is a burger. I want to just post it in the chat. But I am playing. Who am I playing? Yeah, Ellen Way live, and I am a warlock and a bee warlock, but no one knows that because we don't actually fight in this campaign at all. At least not a fight that lasts more than like 3 turns. So.
I'm sorry, you weren't here last week, were you? When the yes, you were. You were here.
I was here last week.
Five
that combat still ended. It still ended in like 2,
That's right. When you destroyed me with those 3 attacks.
Noted. I will remember that, Emerald.
I can do it.
Oh, we want big session long fights, do we?
As the person who had the most detrimental thing from the last fight that took more than 3 rounds, probably not.
I don't know if that fight took that long either, honestly.
So it was like a team.
I think it took him 3 rounds to get to me, and then there was like one more round. It was like a 4-round fight.
Saying that it took him half a round to get into me. Jeez.
But we're also joined by Spoonie. Say hi, Spoonie.
Hello, I am Nezum Moonspark, and I will bonk things with my spear. I guess that's more stabbing or poking, but yeah, that's more.
And we are also joined by. I caught myself doing Frasier again, but.
Full of buzz and game names.
Frasier. Mr. F.
I mean, a name is just a noise to get my attention anyway.
I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
It distinguishes you, man. Come on.
He never remembers it anyways.
I am playing Damokos. I'm just having a little bit of trouble getting into Roll20.
Yeah.
I cast Fireball.
I cast Fireball on Roll20.
Yes, that is the thing I do.
And last but not least, our DM for this campaign, Gypsy. Say hi.
Hello.
And you can take it away, sir.
Yes. Well, last week, we only really had a short fight, but quite devastating. We found out that these monkeys can apparently attack 5 times a turn, so that was fun.
Well, they do have 4 arms.
Especially when people don't gang up on them, they just kind of one-on-one them at a time, because that's just how the numbers worked.
I wasn't expecting them to smash so much HP off me in 1 turn.
I mean, it's a monkey with 6 arms. It's probably going to be able to flail them around pretty quickly.
I think we were doing our jobs and tanking correctly.
Yeah, you guys did well.
Yes.
If everyone got
you're
through
welcome.
and you managed to get dropped.
I think like if one more attack actually went through, that would have downed me. Because
Oh,
4
yeah.
out of 5, wouldn't they? Yeah.
But I mean, your AC is pretty good as well, so you have a good chance of surviving things like that, or better than most people. But I believe last week was when we met a Shirak, a lich who is in some form of control of the Soulmonger, it seems, and he quite spectacularly or unspectacularly, depending how you look at it, considering he said a single word and managed to kill what you guys had perceived as quite a high-level necromancer.
I could have taken him.
I mean, quite honestly, his stat-wise, he was just a drow mage. Like, he wasn't anything special, but it was just thematically he was a necromancer, and, you know, the child has the power, though, and everything. But, so yeah, you guys could very well have taken the necromancer quite easily, but
Exactly.
all his creations would have been another matter. But, we also released a rather unsettling and very angry goat that seems to have some amazing abilities. And then we decided to carry the corpse of the dead drow to the closest thing or only other necromancer we have met so far, Valindra in the heart of Ubtao. On the way is when we fought said monkeys, or I mean, I guess monkeys is a bit of an understatement. They're more like, you know, very, very large.
Gorillas.
Yeah, very, very large silverback gorillas with 6 arms. And that is where we will pick up back off. We are probably only a few miles, even though we're still, you know, a hex away from... Do you guys actually have the Heart of Ubtao and that cross on your guys' map showing?
The heart.
The
These are going to
cross?
south,
No,
right?
neither.
Ah,
I don't see it.
okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
Sorry. That is my bad. These should
There
have
it
been
is.
moved. Yeah. These should have been moved to here. Because I assume you guys would have marked them on your map that only half the party actually knows about.
Not even half at this point.
Yeah, good point.
Two
I don't know
people.
about the What is this fingled map?
It's a very elite club.
Yeah. The club of the map knowers. So even though it says we're, you know, 10 miles away, we're closer than that. We're basically at a distance where when you guys say you want to walk up, you can walk up. But if you want to take a rest or anything first, you can do that as well. It would probably be mid to late afternoon, evening by the time you arrived.
I believe we've since rested after the gorillas, right?
Yes, you would have. That would
Then-
have happened at the start of the journey, so that would have been a good at least a week ago.
Okay.
Yeah, then I don't think there's any reason for us to rest, or at least not for me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
more or less feel the same.
That is fine. Well, then you walk into the deep crater that the Earth mote created when it lifted from the Earth, and you find yourself making your way down the cracks and crevices like last time until you reach the same kind of flat plateaued area at the bottom, right underneath the heart where you first saw Valindra. And floating above you now is this large, very, very large heart-shaped mound of earth. It almost, in some places, looks like it's bleeding from water running down it. The water has been tinted and tinged a slight reddish copper color.
I don't know what this place is.
Well, there's
Yes,
a
that's why I was explaining it a bit more this time around as well, instead of just saying you guys are at the heart, because I know there's
Yeah,
people
but
who
I
haven't
still,
experienced
there's
it
a
yet.
bleeding heart.
Yeah, it's a good. Give me a second to pull up the page because I can't remember the maths on it exactly.
I mean, is it like a city or is this like a place? Like a landmark.
A smaller.
It's a
place,
landmark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a chunk of earth that got lifted out of the ground and is now suspended with some form of magic above the earth, about 150 feet above where you're standing now.
Is it like a island-esque chunk of earth, or like a
Imagine kind of like,
chunk of earth?
yeah, it's a chunk of earth. It literally looks like a meteor has been taken out of the earth and is suspended above it.
Oh, so it's like an eye? No, it's just like a ball.
There was like a.
It looks like a heart.
handout, but I don't see.
Yes,
the
I
handout
will-
anymore.
I will give us the handout again once I.
Oh no, there it
show
is,
it.
right there. It's under chapter 2.
Yes.
Chapter 2. Player handbook. Heart
should-
of...
it
Oh,
should have
yeah,
just-
okay. Is it like... Are we climbing up onto the heart? Is that like our goal? To get up there? Or
Well,
like...
no, last time there's a
Yes.
sort of powerful wizard necromancer who lives there. She had scrolls of teleportation, basically.
How high up is it?
About 150 feet.
So not far at all.
Not too far if you have a way to fly or something like that. But not everyone does it. So,
Those people are losers.
well, unfortunately, those people are also the ones who have already met her.
That's a good
Being up
point.
there.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because because
And
I
I will
can fly
note that-
too, and I haven't been up.
Yeah, and I will note, as it kind of like turns in the air slowly, it kind of rotates, and you can see the platform where you first saw Valindra is currently empty. There's no movement on the outside of the heart.
Well, I suppose we should call out. Firstly, I mean, it would certainly be not a wise decision to show up unannounced. Hopefully, she's still here.
What's this rock place that we've been traveling to all
Well,
these days?
sure, I would have told you at some time, but
Sure,
this
but,
necromancer
it's-
lugging around. Again, certainly he knows something that Serac doesn't want us to know. I think would be a good idea for us to try to find out what that is. If anybody can speak with him in this state or resurrect him, I'd be willing to bet it's her.
Rock's a she? Interesting.
Well, no, the rock is a rock. She is an elf who at least was dwelling, if not necessarily living, inside the rock.
How'd she get up there? So,
Well, she's
Like-
a mage of some power. I imagine she flew or teleported.
rope ladder, maybe?
Possibly,
Rope ladders are handy.
But
I mean, from what you remember, you couldn't imagine seeing the slender hands and frames of Valindra kind of climbing up 150 feet of rickety rope ladder. Like you very much got the impression that it was much less trouble for her to write a couple more scrolls of Dimension Door than make a rope ladder and climb up it.
Some days people be casting counterspell. Does that work on a scroll?
I believe it does. Any magical effect. I don't know. You'd have to look it up.
Not that it really matters, but
oh, well, I mean, is that sort of
sure.
everything taken care
you
of?
call
Oh,
out?
and
your friend?
I think she only speaks Elvish.
I don't speak Elvish.
Neither do I.
Neither do I.
What are we doing here?
Onward? Press onward.
How do people...
Well, he does, and I would point to Jake. But yes, I suppose we should call out to her then. And I would shout her name a couple of times and wait.
And it'll take a couple of times shouting. It's I mean, it's a pretty clear day. There's not a lot of ambient noise, but it's still a little bit of a distance, and the inside of the cave does muffle the outside. But sure enough, after shouting a couple of times, waiting a minute, maybe shouting again, she would appear on the platform out of the cave and look down at you lot and shout back, what are you doing back here?
Actually,
common.
sorry. In common. No, cool.
Well, we have some very pertinent information relating to the Soulmonger.
Everyone give me perception rolls.
Perception. I don't know if I'm actually okay. 13. Oh, you're blind.
Does not look like phrases in the game, so I will just quickly roll for him. He might still be having issues.
Can you not hear me either?
No,
can hear you.
we can hear you now.
I did ask you if you could roll one. I'm not sure if it came through earlier. I still trouble getting into Roll20.
Jake, you would. I mean, at this distance, it's really hard to see. Like, you barely see it, but you see what almost looks like alarm or worry cross across her face when you mention information about the Soulmonger.
Yeah.
But she would do what she does and produce a scroll, but she would shout down before casting it. I have to ask because I notice there's a few more of you this time, but would you mind leaving your weapons down there?
I think that's reasonable, honestly.
Sure.
I'll be a bit hesitant, but yes, that would be wise too.
Sorry. Sorry.
I mean, honestly, most of us are at least somewhat effective without weapons.
Yeah, that's
I'm
basically
not.
why I'm fine. I'll put down my quarterstaff.
Honestly, ain't. I need that morning star to cast my spells.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
But that's
yeah.
okay. And
I'll
as you
leave my
guys kind
weapons.
of set weapons down, either on the ground or against rocks, or however you'd pile them, she would cast the dimension door, and it would kind of fizzle and rip open like last time.
Mhm.
And assuming everyone steps through and into the cave, I'll just reread this for the people who haven't been in the cave before.
God, it's so dark. I see nothing.
Yes, and I will set tokens in a second. The cave is musty and dimly lit by daylight filtering down through the hollow petrified trunk 20 feet above. A pool of dirty rainwater occupies the central 20 feet of floor between natural pillars formed by the roots of the petrified tree. 3 tall bookcases stand against the wall to the right side of the cave entrance. A desk and several wooden crates stand against the left-hand wall. Opposite the entrance are 2 open doorways into small chambers, and between them a large iron cage. And give me a second to drag people.
We see
Hopefully,
the large iron cage.
I can see.
is that everyone? I believe that's everyone.
Where am I supposed to be looking? So I don't see anything.
Bottom right corner.
You do.
I don't see anything. So you down here? Do you
Because
see my
you
things?
do not have. Yeah, you do not have
No.
vision on currently. There.
What's that? Hey, I can see. Oh, it's dirty rainwater.
And these guys, yeah, because they've already been on this map. don't need it set.
There we go. There we go.
And now everyone can see. And Valindra has walked back inside.
But rusty memory, bro. Is she like well versed in common?
She spoke it very fluently, yes.
Oh, you said that she only speaks Elvish.
Well, she did.
No,
only
last
speak
time
Elvish
she-
at the time.
Last time she only spoke only Elvish because there was another elf to communicate with, so she preferred to communicate with that person.
Very haughty.
Mm-hmm. But she kind of looks at you lot expectantly, and you can see her thinking about something. And she says,
We bring the dead
Before-
body with us.
"Oh
Sorry.
yeah,
Yeah.
I assumed we would have.
Okay.
I'm not going to bother with the token." But she would say, "Before we continue, I think it's better if I'm a little more honest with you, as I was not completely last time you were here." And you would watch as she would slowly change. Her face would go more gaunt, and her long flowing locks of hair would seem to almost phase out of existence until it was almost just a short stubble across her head. Her long ears would be drooping down a little bit and look almost tattered. Her clothes would still look the same and still very flowing and clean, but they shift in color tone ever so slightly from the white of before to grey. And she turns and looks up at you, her face almost completely changed to almost an undead mask. Although there's no flesh or anything missing, it looks like she's been dead for a very long time. And she continues, I know a Sirak. He cursed me to be like him. I'm meant to be working for him. That's why I'm honestly a bit surprised you are here. This has honestly caught me completely off guard. And should be kind of waiting for reactions to her transformation.
Which?
I mean, is it normal?
What's
Yeah.
that?
I don't
Yeah.
I don't know her, so I'd be
Yeah,
like,
I'd be a bit surprised at her transformation, to be honest. Like a bit, I say stunned.
Yeah. Like, yeah, she is a lich. I don't know if you could necessarily consider them looking a specific way, but I'd imagine, as opposed to an undead that looks like it's, been ripped apart and bits are rotting and everything like that, she looks more like a well-embalmed corpse that's, centuries old. Mummy minus the mummy rags.
Oh, like
yeah.
sunken in cheeks.
Yeah.
Oh,
You mentioned you're working with or for a Sararak?
Of sorts. See, and I know this is going to sound, I guess, far-fetched, but there's more liches than you might imagine, and my true master, or at least the one I honestly follow, he doesn't exactly like a Sirak. A Sirak cursed me, promising basically life eternal, but he promised it in ways very different to, and she kind of waves a hand over her body, this. I was angry for many years, and then I managed to, I guess, kind of smarten up about it. I did my research, and I learnt of Sartam. I learnt of a great, I wouldn't call it a war, It's more political than that. They don't openly fight amongst each other. I mean, they're creatures of complete undeath. Even if you kill them, they just reform. Most phylacteries are not easy to find. I do not even have mine myself. But I promised myself to Saztam, and then I worked on gaining a Sirac's trust as a double agent of sorts, I suppose. As far as a Sirac is concerned, I'm his top lieutenant, commander, whatever you might call it, his right-hand gal or man. If I was honestly the one who told him about you lot, or the original group of you. You've changed somewhat, a lot in composition. But I did not think you would have piqued his interest as much as you did. And he came and saw you, apparently, as apparent. And she points to Drith's corpse, with whoever would be carrying that. I forgot who was carrying that.
Oh, I was.
Yes, certainly not as surprised as we were, I would think. So, of course, since we're getting things out there, is this conversation that we're going to be having something that's going to be relayed to Acererak?
Not exactly. I took certain oaths that mean I have to do as he says, but I'm smart enough to be able to think of ways around that. I can work with other people and not have it impact that as much. You can tell she's trying to find a way to explain it without, like, I don't even need you guys to insight this. She's trying to find a way to explain it that doesn't tell you what exactly is going on. Like, you do get the feeling oaths were taken and everything like that, but possibly not with Acererak himself.
Okay. So you seem to be, well, rather well informed of things, but even still, let me catch you up to speed with the nuances of what had happened, and I would sort of go into detail about, the boy and Dreth and why I think Dreth is important. And
should nod and say that she knows about the boy at least. She'd kind of be very dismissive of Dreth, which, with how she was with Roland, you'd think was odd. Like, he's still an elf. She was very accepting and, like, elves are the best thing ever last time with Roland and everything. But to her, Drith's just a corpse. There's nothing with him to her. But she would continue and say, honestly, that one's worthless. He knew nothing. He knows nothing about Acererak or the Soulmonger directly. His notes and what he does know are skepticisms at best. The boy was the interest the whole time. This one was just Acerak's pawn to getting the boy into a retrievable position.
Maybe, but this one does know about the boy. I mean, he had been working with them and knows at least to some extent what it is he can do. And again, to some extent, how he does it.
So you wish to commune with it?
I believe so, yes. You understand, I'm sort of grasping at straws here. This is something certainly out of any of my, and I'm sure everyone here's, purview. This is quite the unexpected thing. Again, I'm grasping at straws.
As I think you are supposed to be at this time. Quite honestly, Asirak's plans span aeons and dimensions. The planes of existence themselves intertwine to allow the plans of these liches to come to fruition. Everything we do may or may not already be preordained.
It's well and
You
good.
coming to see me now could very well be part of Asirak's plan. I am just hoping it is not.
Yeah, part of his plan. I mean, I don't know who you are, but you seem to willingly give a lot of information to at least certain people you know very little about.
Because honestly, if I think that you actually constituted anything near a threat to me or my true master, then I wouldn't hesitate to remove you from existence. Just because
No,
I'm
I don't
just-
have to say.
just because I'm young in terms of lichdom and in terms of these great cosmos spanning ideas and plans doesn't mean I'm young by this means of existence here. And you'd see her face darken quite a bit more at that point. I will just find the good handout for this part.
As opposed to the bad handout.
Yeah.
She cast Power Word Death, and now you are gone.
Goodbye.
Well, incidentally, that is just a universal lich spell, so yes, you
Oh
probably would.
God.
But after a few seconds of her standing her ground almost, you can see I mean, you know, if you want to really try it, you can, but I do not suggest it kind of stance. Like, she's standing there waiting for any wrong movement, and she would relax visibly after a few seconds.
Well, I was gonna
Assuming no one, you know, strides forward and throws back their arm ready for a punch or something.
We're not here to try to pick a fight.
Yeah.
I
And
meant
should-
it more in the sense of like
Instant death
she's
at the
totally
side of back guano.
Yeah. Yeah, it basically would be like if someone's hand, because she knows, you know, Riod's a spellcaster, she would probably guess that the two of you would be able to be spellcasters and everything like that. So yeah, the second your hands flicked towards your component pouches or anything, she would be casting reactions.
Oh no, but what I said, I didn't mean in the sense of I was gonna fire, more the sense of like, she's like, oh yeah, I'm a double agent to this guy. Usually, that's not something you just tell people.
Because she's a double agent to Asirak for this other person. She is, as far as you guys can tell at this moment, seeing you guys as the enemy of my enemy.
Yeah, sure. Just let me think. But I guess it's like, what are we gonna do with that information?
Yeah, exactly. That's what are you
Go
going
to
to
the
do with
Lich and
that?
tell him.
Yeah, go up to Asirak and be like, hey, your lieutenant that you've known for a couple of hundred years and that you gave unlife to is actually going to stab you in the back. I hope you can roll it really, really high.
Does have 10.
And I do have a +7 to persuasion.
But you'd see her physically relax a little bit when she'd realize that it was, not actual hostile intentions. And she'd look at you all and say, so, I believe you said you had some information?
Well,
I can at least possibly confirm or deny the validity of it. Or were you talking about this thing having information? Again, offhandedly kind of motioning towards Drith's corpse.
Well, mostly what I was talking about is hopefully him having information, and certainly information about the boy, and Sarek getting his hands on him, and just what it is the boy can do, which, again, even as a lich, should be concerning.
His plans for the boy, even I do not know quite honestly. I have a feeling it has something to do with that abomination he keeps.
The abomination?
He dragged up something that should not exist. I do not know very much more than that, quite honestly.
I would describe the frog behemoth.
Not that. Sorry, I'm eating candy. But yeah, she would say not that.
Well, it's both reassuring and unsettling at the same time. So, again, touching on subjects before, do you know the location of Amu?
No, unfortunately. I know, as I pointed out last time, the general direction, but the exact location... It is the location of the Soulmonger. Sirak does not let anyone know that. He is the only one that travels to and from. Well, and lives.
Yes.
I have a question as well. He's when we saw him, he said he was following all of us. From what I've learned from meeting these people, my end goal was not these people's end goal. I was heading to Orolunga. Is there some sort of correlation between the two places that he's been watching me?
Yes and no. Yes to the correlation, and no to the watching you. When he spoke of watching you, no doubt he was speaking to, and it should motion towards Riyadh and Jake. They were the only ones that I told him about. But if you were in search of Orolunga, then there could very well be something to that as well. Orolunga is the residing place of an ancient spirit. It grants wisdom and everything. Well, not necessarily wisdom. It knows everything. At least, assumedly. I have never personally been there. I'm not allowed out of here. And she kind of motions to the big rock around you guys.
So have you been bound to this place?
Yes, as part of the... She kind of shrugs her shoulders as she says, oaths I took.
If we manage to defeat Esirak, would you be free?
Free from any bindings with him, yes. If
A stifle laugh.
he still holds my phylactery, then if you could return that to me, that would be as freeing for me as anything could be.
I mean, I think it would be the least I can do if it's something I can find. You've given me some pretty valuable knowledge.
Just out of character, imagine that. We're gonna give the Lich back the source of all their power.
Yeah.
We're gonna defeat the
Thank you for promising her that.
And then after we defeat the world's most powerful lich, we'll go and give all the liches their phylacteries back. Our work here is done.
In all fairness, Demikos is the one that promised it, so if he dies, then it doesn't matter.
Oh God.
Note to self. Make sure to
But
take
she would look like a smile would actually cross her dry, withered face as you promised her to bring her back her phylactery.
You know, I don't know what her phylactery looks like.
As far as you know, she doesn't either. The Cyrac tricked her into being this.
Imagine if she didn't even have one.
You have
But,
to have a phylactery as a lich.
Yeah, you have to. It's literally how liches are made. You put your soul into a phylactery. But I will see what she has. Because, incidentally, she does not actually have communicate with undead.
Well,
Or communicate with dead. She can make him move around again.
I mean, I could do that.
She can, yeah, she can animate dead, but she can't talk to them. And she would tell you that too. She would kind of say, "Ooh, I'm sorry, but as far as talking to the dead goes, I do not do that. I make them move again and make them follow what I want to do. If you wish to leave him here, I do have a position available for him."
Jack would be like, he'll be coming with us when we leave.
Just kind of offhandedly shrug her shoulders.
I'll animate him.
He is mine.
We want our own undead servant.
Oh.
He is on my back.
It's just like, oh, he's coming with you. Then let me make sure he doesn't. You don't have to carry him. Reanimates.
Oh.
So we're not just gonna strap wasp to him.
Oh no. So, hypothetically speaking, because I'm sure there's various things put into place, but just apropos of nothing, if someone wanted to at least destroy or at least get one over on a Sararak, how would one go about doing that? As a thought exercise.
I mean, quite simply, that's easy to answer. Destroy the soulmonger or claim it yourself. Although, I get the feeling it's not something claimable so much.
I claim the soul monster.
You think he's tied to it now, almost as if it's functioning as his phylactery?
Not so much as his phylactery. I believe he's planning on using the soulmonger as a form of power source for his phylactery.
You want to kill him.
So, following up a question, how does one destroy an artifact?
I mean, there are ways. Actually, I don't know if I technically know that in character, but there are, destroy artifacts.
Yeah, but she would again shrug her shoulders at this point and say, "That I honestly do not know. Most artifacts are not easily destroyed. You do not just unmake them. There's rituals and items needed, and each is quite often a different process than the last." I would suggest going to Orolanga and seeking the wisdom of something that actually has answers.
I've been suggesting we go there for a while. I don't think these guys think it exists.
The place certainly exists. It's whether the myths behind it are true or not.
And
I'm not sure of the myths behind it, but my family set out an expedition, and we weren't sure exactly what was inside it, but we knew that it wouldn't be worth going unless it was worth going.
And do you know where it is, or are we operating on hunches?
I can get us close. and then it will just be a short search from there.
Close as in...
As in, like, 10 to 20 mile square radius. He would be able to get you within, like, the 6 hexes around, or the 8 hexes around, or whatever it is. He would be able to get you close enough that with a couple of days searching, you would find it.
I've narrowed it down to about a day or two, so.
Well, I don't suppose we
What
really
are you looking
have
for in this city?
many other leads, honestly.
Would you possibly have anything that might help us out looking for it? Any ideas of how to look when we get close?
Nothing that springs to mind. Apparently the wood spirits know a lot about it.
The Chingua?
I believe that's what the locals call them, yes.
That little. Oh.
Just the shudder that goes through the party every time they experience
But not me.
those wood spirits.
God damn, I was friendly to them.
They were friendly too. They left you guys a gift.
The benevolent creature.
Yeah, somebody took those
Do we
seashells.
still
I
have?
think they died.
Do we still have those seashells?
Yeah, the person who took the seashells died.
Did they go down with them? I think we did, eh? We put them down.
Yeah, I don't think he actually wrote it on
I
the
believe
sheet,
you.
so.
Yeah, we left them there with them. Yeah.
No, I definitely wrote it on the sheet, so they got buried with it. Yeah.
Fair enough.
At this point, it would be starting to get a bit darker outside. The light shining in from the top and through the doorway behind you guys would kind of be failing at this point. Valindra would cast her hand across just in a general motion around the cave, and a couple of sconces on the walls would light up. And she'd say, "Well, it's late. I don't know if you'll trust me enough to stay here, but you're more than welcome to, or I can give you guys a way back to the ground so you can retrieve your belongings and continue if you wish."
We've been nothing but
Pass the idea up.
cordial to each other, and I certainly respect that, but I know I certainly would rather not spend the night with my weapons in focus there on the ground. Not necessarily a matter of trust, you understand, but it's a matter of trust.
I can have one of my creatures bring them up if you wish. And she'd wave her hand, and out of the back room over here, you would hear a creaking and then a kind of lumbering sound as what looks like one of those monkeys from a week ago walks out, but this one is very, very undead. A lot of its flesh is missing. Its head is basically a skull. 2 of its arms have been flayed of all flesh and skin. And it kind of lumbers out and stands there waiting.
Well, that would
Always knew I should have gotten a necromancy school.
certainly make me feel better, at least.
And you'd watch as, this time, not with a scroll, but just with her hands themselves, she would open up one of the doors, and it would step through, disappearing out of sight for a few seconds, and then coming back up with your weapons and various items you left down the bottom, and it's, kind of scooped in its 4 vestigial arms. And it would bring them back into here, where you would watch it would sit in this room, its bulk basically filling the entirety of the room, to the point where you starting to wonder where it came from in the first place. And it would kind of sit there with your gear kind of wrapped in its arms.
May I have my morning star back, please?
I would prefer not. For all I know, you lot are just playing nice. They are safe. They will not go missing, and you can retrieve them in the morning when you leave. But I think it's better for everyone if we're kept at a sense of ease all around. I happen to know at least one of you can still look after themselves. And I'm sure at least a couple of the more of the others of you can as well. She would have said it a lot more eloquently than that, though. A lot less babbly.
It's fine.
I don't know.
I was just laughing because I think literally 4 out of the 5 of us are spellcasters.
And the other one's a monk.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are literally the epiphany of party that don't need no weapons.
Yeah.
Can you be Tomb of Annihilation with no weapons?
Pretty much.
100% run, 100%.
100%.
But yeah,
and
I
then
mean,
I'm actually set.
she's kind of holding the door open because she can at least sense that, you guys are still a bit uneasy about it. And she says, you are still more than welcome to leave if you wish.
I'm fine leaving.
Yes, I wouldn't be opposed to that idea either. I would be really keen to leave.
I'd be fine staying. I mean, like, at the end of the day, she's a
Then,
lich. She doesn't have to, like, even with our weapons, she's in no danger.
That morning
She
star
doesn't
hasn't
have
left
to
my
keep
side.
up these, pretenses of playing nice or all that. If she wanted to be not nice, I don't think there'd be much we can do about it.
Even if you kill her, she still just reappears a week later anyway.
Right.
She just doesn't want to go through the pain of it. Because dying still hurts even when you're already dead.
If she wasn't in any danger, she wouldn't have asked to take it. She wouldn't have asked us to leave our weapons at the door.
We
I mean,
don't think you want to get stabbed. Don't.
Adventurers tasked with killing a lich. Yeah, as a lich, I'm not about to let them just walk into my house armed to the teeth.
Yeah, she wanted our weapons so she could tell us that she was a lich, basically. Like, she didn't have to tell us that. I mean, I certainly would never have known. So she just wanted them in case we reacted, poorly, in my opinion. But again, I don't mind putting it to a vote. I mean, I vote we stay the night. Maybe she'll give us some shit.
I've always split the party.
Well, no, that's why
Split the party.
we put it to a vote.
Split the party into the lich.
We all can stay with the lich, and the rest of us will leave.
You know what? I
And then we'll
believe
come
in
back.
redemption. I believe that not even a lich is necessarily too far to,
And to be fair, she told you she didn't want to be a lich.
Yeah.
She was tricked into this.
Look, she just wanted to live forever. How wrong is that?
Some days we all just want to live forever.
All right, so Jake and Alan are voting leave.
Wish to leave.
I'm voting stay. Damikos.
I don't know.
I'm just pulsing.
Um,
Left or right? Which side of the line are you on?
That's like suggestion
I
on
just
it
think
or
we need to
something.
stick together whatever we do.
Right, Nezu?
Kind of like the brainwashing kind of thing,
The night brings many dangers. Staying in for the night might be the best course of action.
Oh, Damikos
Okay,
is
so
down to you.
Democos has to do the tiebreaker.
Okay.
I-
Okay, so So odds say even sleeve.
Alright.
We're rolling evens.
Even.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
she would
a, that's a
march
me
the
vote for
Gorillion
leave.
back out. And as
I'm
you
gonna
guys,
pat him on the shoulder. Be like, I always knew I could trust.
the door would be here this time, so you'd kind of need to step between the Gorillion and the pool, but it would kind of like hold its bundled weapons out, so you'd get to select yours back and walk out with them.
Ah, Morningstar. Never leave my side again.
And then as you step through the portal, you would find yourself at the bottom. She would, as you went to step through Riod, hold, like, kind of grab your elbow and yank you to the side to make sure you were the last to go through the portal.
Before I did walk through the portal, I would say I may be seeing you again, and then walk through the portal.
And should
I walked through the portal.
nod with a small smile.
I bow my head and thank her for the hospitality and the offer, but enter through the portal.
Do I see her, Paul?
I mean, yeah, like
Where
she's not hiding it. It's just the fact that he's been the one that's kind of, I guess, been the nicest to her. So whatever she's got to say, she wants to say to that person next.
Okay.
But I will bring Grim into DM chat for that.
Okay. Can you actually pull me over so I don't have to? Because again, I'm
Yep.
capturing the display, not
Oh.
yeah.
She, once everyone had stepped through the portal, she would turn to you and basically say, like, I'm not going to bother with the RP
Sure.
in this. She'd basically turn to you and explain the reason she pulled you aside is because you are the one that seems the most hospitable and most open to, the factor of her being what she is and everything. And she would hand you a small stone, and she would explain that it's a special sending stone.
Mm-hmm.
It has multiple different uses. She was meant to sneak it into your possessions because it acts as a bug for a Serac, but she has managed to curse it so that it will vibrate when it does so you will be aware of when he is listening to you guys. You can also use it to communicate with her, but it will not go to him unless it's vibrating at that time.
Okay.
She says beyond that, you've got to be careful when it's vibrating because anything within 30 to 60-ish odd feet could be heard. Basically, if you're having a clear conversation like we are now, then it would be able to hear it from the same distance that you would be able to. And she would ask you to hold on to it. She would understand or explain that she understands if you don't trust it and get rid of it, but it is also a way for her to communicate with you guys as well.
I thank her for it. I understand what this means. It's going against a Serac. The sentence enough is, enough.
Yeah. And as soon as that was done, she would kind of motion you through the portal and with a small shove in the center of your back, kick you through back to the party.
What a bitch.
And we're back.
Should I just turn invisible, go back through the portal, and listen to what they're saying?
I like
You
it.
should.
That's a good idea.
Oh, that'd be great if Riod hadn't just like kind of stumbled through the portal now and then it instantly closed behind him.
Yeah, I feel like I would have just been saying that as he walked through. Like that's why I said it when you came back.
Yeah. I mean, it was a conversation that would have taken them, 10, 15 seconds at most. Most of that would have been your casting time. But we are back at the bottom of the plateau. Unlike last time when she kind of delivered you straight to your then companion who was waiting for you, she kind of just delivered you right back to where she picked you up from. So you're at the bottom of this plateau. It's actually really dark here. There's still a little bit of light left in the sky, but with the massive shadow cast from the earth moat above you and the fact that you're in a sort of crater in the ground, it's almost nighttime for you already.
Well, that was both
Bright enough?
eventful and slightly uneventful. I suppose we know one of the places where to start, though.
So, what did your lich friend tell you back in there?
Was it something about Oralunga?
Well, we'll get into it a little bit later.
Let's see.
But yes,
How to breed malcontent.
Orlongo.
And
So, where is this place, and why has your family, from what I gathered, been spending its life's wealth or whatever searching for it?
Well, we know that it would be worth it in the end. That's
Why?
why so much has been put into it.
Like,
It's, everything about it is sort of myth and speculation. It's all stories. It's like I don't know exactly. It's hard to explain, but it's definitely worth going. It's
But he is being
And that-
100% completely honest.
okay,
Like,
okay.
he
was
does
just-
not
I was just
actually
gonna
know why the family spent basically their life's fortunes and life's experiences and everything going to this place. Like, it's cost him and his family their lives, basically. It's cost everything, and so far has had nothing out of it. His mum and dad were just so damn sure that it was, the best idea ever. Yeah, like, he's not trying to hide things or anything. He just really does not know, but at this point, that's been his entire life.
All right, I can accept that.
basically, it's the lore. He's Laura Croft.
Yeah.
Basically. Well,
So, what direction is this lost city?
Tomb of Awe.
was it southwest? I
No,
can't
west.
remember if it was southwest or southeast.
It's like west and then north a
Southwest.
little bit. If you,
The complete opposite.
on the player
Oh,
map,
it was southwest when we were north.
yeah. For now, I mean, you guys don't have the map or anything, so he can't actually point it out in character. But he knows it would be in around this area between where this cliff face here makes this kind of C shape.
Would I know that's called Mistcliff Mountains?
Yes.
It's over by Mistcliff Mountains.
well, I suppose we should head to the west and then north.
The west and then.
Are we traveling?
Do you guys actually? Do you actually have like a map?
Like
Like, you know,
out of
there's, like,
character,
a-
Jake and I do in fact have a map. Like we have literally the map we're on right now.
Yeah.
Well, like you should just Google the map and like.
Well, no, we were
Gee,
given
none of
it
you-
to us, and like,
Yeah.
yeah. Again, sort of.
Okay.
The whole lore behind it is that the jungle is so thick, it's basically never been mapped, and that's why it's all covered up and everything. They started out with a lot less of this revealed, and yeah, this is basically the map they have in character that they cartographize with over each day and everything. But they have also been told basically when they received it, that this is the only map like this, and this is the most extensive map that has ever existed of Chol.
Would I be allowed to see the map?
You don't know about it in character at all.
Oh, okay then.
They go to great lengths to make sure it is never seen by other
Oh,
people.
it's a secret. I see.
It's a secret map.
Yes,
Yeah.
very,
This is why
very.
we're saying this is all out of character that you're finding this out. So don't try and measure it.
Interesting.
Like it's to the point where there's no point even trying to roll rolls for it unless they say they're going to share the map with you guys. Your characters do not know about it.
There's just like a magic. They got like the magic like.
No,
roll
it's just
trick.
they would make sure, like, you know, whether it was working together, Jake would make sure that you guys were all together while Riod went around behind a tree and quickly scrawled in the next part of the journey and everything.
I'm just pooping, everybody.
Yeah. Those moments when you are truly alone in the world.
Right.
But yes,
Would be a real shame if an invisible pervert watched you poop.
No.
Oh, wait a second, Mary.
Oh goodness.
well, it is nighttime by this point. We've kind of spent a few, maybe 10 minutes talking at the bottom of the heart, you know, talking about the next step, what direction to go and everything like that. Were we going to make camp or were we going to head off through the night?
Is it be a long rest?
Yeah, I'm fine camping.
We have to camp like underneath the Lich Heart.
I mean, as far as you're aware, you're free to.
I really don't trust that it's not going to fall.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, can we like go like
I mean, it's been
out of the crater?
floating.
immediately?
Yeah, it's been floating above the earth for like over 100 years already. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
think it's going to fall out of the
So
sky
don't you
tonight.
think it's overdue to get affected by gravity? Seems like it's a little bit overdue to be part of the ground, don't you think?
Well, I mean, like I'd rather sleep outside the crater, but I don't know how long outside the crater is. Like, how big is this crater? Miles?
At most, just under a mile across.
Let's hike out let's hike out to like the edge of the crater.
I'm fine doing
That's what I
that.
would suggest. Yeah. Yep. So
So how long?
Oh,
Has it been a week since we've picked up this body?
yes, it would have been easily a week. Riod would have had to recast Gentle Repose like a day or two ago.
Well,
So what else are we doing with you know, the dead guy we've been hauling around for the past week?
I'm kind of waiting to see that myself.
I suppose we bury
I would
him.
have left it with Villandra.
Unless anyone else has other suggestions.
We want to question him.
Well, they would be quite nice, but therein lies the problem.
I can change out the spells. I can change out the spells to speak with the dead. But we need a long rest, don't we?
Wait, you had the ability to speak to this man all along?
Yes.
I've been carrying around the past like 7 days.
We didn't even think about the cleric who could commune with dead.
We could have just added Darloga.
But just to save time and everything, if you happened to try and cast commune with dead, it would not work. No spirit would get called from him. I mean, there's no way you would know what happened, but what happened is his soul instantly got claimed by the soulmonger, as is what is meant to happen when you die.
I cast animate dead on him before we take a long
Oh god!
The cleric's turning into the necromancer. But I mean, do you actually?
No, I went.
Like, it's literally just turning it into a zombie corpse
Zombie,
that
yeah,
does
that
your
one.
bidding for 24 hours and then destroys the body. Like, it's
Oh,
not really what your... Not to tell you what your religion would do, because it's, your own religion or anything, but it's not what a good religion would do. Especially not one that believes in allowing the dead to stay dead.
Look,
This chain
yeah,
of thought have changed. The man is changing with the jungle.
I cast animate dead on his body.
See, now, Alan, I'm not even going to question. She gets.
I
a
don't
free
actually
servant.
have
No.
that spell, do?
Oh, don't you?
Warlocks actually get, I don't have it picked regardless. Do warlocks actually get the ability to do animate dead?
No, they
actually
don't.
know.
No, they don't. Yeah,
I
they
could
don't.
cast Fireball on it.
Yeah, I
We'll
mean
just-
that's basically
we'll
like
just-
animate dead.
We'll just
We can
bury him,
bring-
eh?
Cremate
it,
him.
it really upsets me that no one went on top of the heart this time.
Well, she
I
was
didn't
a
know about the
bit
top
on
of the heart
edge.
this time.
She was a bit on edge. I didn't really want to go out there and have her zap me into non-existence.
What was on top of the hut? You can tell us.
Nothing.
Oh.
It was more what was off in the distance. Let's not forget that last week, about a week ago in game as well, Damokos cast an empowered fireball in a jungle, and then you guys turned your backs on it and just walked away.
Oh,
Cool guys
no.
don't watch explosions.
That's true. Nor burning forest.
Let's just say Smokey the Bear ain't too happy with you guys currently.
Oh, with him,
Like,
not,
we
not with
established
me.
We established
so,
that we weren't able to put that.
So did I get level 20 overnight with that much death?
Nope, I explained that earlier. Accidental don't count.
Who said it was accidental?
Yeah, it was intentional.
what, out of spite?
I mean,
Sometimes
we
you just
might
gotta
have to
cause-
have some words
cause the
there,
forest
friend.
I hate the jungle. Cast fireball.
It is actually good that we are having just a shit-talking discussion, because I'm setting up the night.
I mean, hey, it's good in general for the forest, you know? That starts the cycle in
Like, it's not as bad as you might think. I mean, yeah, fires happen.
It's getting to winter.
I mean, those trees have been there for like hundreds of years.
Generally,
and it
they
wasn't-
happen naturally, and not with the intervention of fireballs.
Looks,
Some of them
It was
waited
a
for 300 years to
natural
go
occurrence.
before they die. Damokos comes along.
But it's not the end of the forest.
How dry would you say the forest is, Vara? Is it?
a little bit wet, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
it's
would-
it's
It'd probably be like a rainforest day.
it's pretty wet, but at the same time, there's a major undeath curse going through, the entire world that is also emanating from this jungle. It's affecting the jungle, especially as you guys are heading more south. I mean, it's not to the point yet where it's so noticeable, but like there are a lot more dead trees and stuff than you would expect in a jungle like this.
Thank
It
goodness.
wasn't. It was.
Go ahead.
It wasn't wet in Neverwinter. They hit the sky.
Yes, it was. In Neverwinter, it was more like the Amazon forest.
Thank goodness that nobody has to get on the good side of the forest spirits for any reason. Oh wait,
Wait.
that's us. Oh wait.
Okay.
We point fingers. We pointed at Damokos.
Because I'm not the one that can magically make water and put the fire out. I'm the one that makes fire.
The true sorcerer, could you literally make water and put the fire out?
No, I can't make water.
Oh.
I can.
Don't you guys have the create water spell though?
Yeah, I do create water and destroy.
I don't.
Yeah, big old create water probably could have put it out.
Well, alright, well, let's go hike the week back to the fireball and see what's happening.
Well,
And 2 weeks ago, we cast a fireball at the exact location, and it'll still just be burning there.
Another side arc to put out the fires.
I like it. Riyadh's all about it. So let's go do some druid shit.
Just
Oh,
spray
God.
some-
As a side note, did I take out the boar tribe? That's what I was going for.
Ugh.
No, they rode their boars away. Bringing you
Where?
tokens. The orange tree is actually a fire. I think it is actually a fire, but it looks more like an orange tree. No, it is a fire.
Yeah, that looks like a fire to me.
Yeah, it's a fire.
Now you said it looks like a tree. This is our campsite, is it?
Yes. There's a few
What is
more
this?
tents.
Is there,
There's a few more
is it a-
tents than you guys own, but you know,
is there a
you
one
know,
large tent?
ignore the tents and stuff. I just wasn't going to the map layer to remove all of them.
Or do you
Oh, that is a very beautiful orange tree.
I know, right?
go and
There's
touch
like
it?
a giant. There's like a giant tortilla here as well.
Touch it. Touch it.
Indian quesadilla has some spices in it. Has some.
That quesadilla is a tortilla. I need to break the news to you.
It
Fire's not-
is but toasted.
Fire's not big enough. Damocos, cast fireball again.
Oh, this is orange tree.
You know
the
I
fire?
will do it, right?
No, let's think about this.
I can cast 2 right now if you want me to.
Do it. Cast fireball.
Don't do it. Please don't. I beg of you, Damocos. At the depths of my heart. Please don't.
Which of these trees looks the most dry?
Okay, give me your watch rolls.
Perceptions.
Dry.
From a -1.
Holy shit, it's the,
What a
it's the
roll.
best thing Damocos has ever seen.
His eyes open wide as surprise.
Whoa! Oh, it's so good.
Then his comic holding hands falling off his very body.
Pretty sure we only needed 3 or 4, but that's fine.
Well,
With that perception roll, I can see which tree is dry.
Yeah, and on your watch, you are very alert and awake and aware, and nothing really happens.
Is Jake doing
Oh,
sleepy
really?
Jake.
Really, I'm the best watch. And
Yeah, unfortunately, the
course.
best watch doesn't get it. Jake's also goes quietly, but he's I mean, we'll say a little to be nice, but it's a lot less onto it than Damocos was. And then by the time we get around to Riyadh's turn, it's
we're already dead.
very much the same. Yeah, everyone's a bit bored. Those who are sleeping might be sleeping.
I think I'm sleeping through the whole night.
Yeah, I'm pretty
that's
sure
how-
everyone would be sleeping by 3rd watch if you're not on watch. Like, usually the 1st watch or something, you know, you can say other people are doing downtime stuff, but middle of the night by this point, it is Riyadh's watch. And it's actually not the best thing that he wasn't keeping the best eye out, because
Oh,
you'll notice as you're almost completely surrounded by small little humanoid creatures making their way out of the root systems of the ground.
Not these things again. Is it the same things I'm thinking about? No, it's not. Okay.
Not Schwingwers, no.
Let's say it's time to slap some revenge out of them.
No. As we...
Sorry, what
bring
is
up-
the height
Could you
of
hit
these?
Alt Z
What are the height of
or
the-
Control Z on one of those and pop it up with it selected? I have no idea what those things are. Look like.
no,
Um,
it looks like
Yeah.
it looks like a man cosplaying as like
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. That looks like a
Veggie pigmies.
vicious. Looks like a
A
vicious
veggie
little
pig
beast
meat.
I
got.
would shout that we are surrounded.
Not that we are under attack, just we are already surrounded, guys. Sorry.
We're under attack, surrounded.
They're literally stabbing you as I speak.
They're about to be.
Oh gosh, not a good one.
Whoops, did not have that sorted.
Please say I got low. Yeah.
Does this one have a little crown on him?
Yes.
Oh.
Just the leader. Oh
the
god, they've
crown
all
also
rolled
made out of
so high. Why are they all rolling like so good?
Now wait for the attacks. 23s. Hits for 40s.
Be pretty great.
He hits you for
Well-
40 30 damage.
Why are they all rolling
Multi-attack?
so good? Initiative 3.
Well, now they're not rolling good, thankfully.
Um,
I mean, too bad they did have an 18, 20, 18.
What am I looking for? Fuck.
and this one. And that should be all of them. Make sure they're all on the right tiles. Yes. Okay. So we will start with this one. What have they got?
Oh god, they're all like they're only 3 of them rolled like below us.
It's so bad. 10.
Oh god, I'm gonna like die before.
And
You wanted a battle?
At least the 2 that are at least some of the ones that are really bad are the ones next to me.
as he tries to stealth. And I mean, does anyone have a passive over 18?
Probably not.
No, my passive is
Let me have
minus
a look.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
What did you
9.
say, passive?
It is underneath. It's on the left-hand side, underneath all the skills. It says
Oh,
passive
yeah,
wisdom.
mine is really bad.
So he's to being the sneaky. So he already moved 10, so he has 5 left. And he will
Wait, so how do you raise that then?
18. What's that?
Your passive wisdom, perception.
It's based off of your wisdom. So I assume 18 hits you,
Sure
Rio.
does right now.
And then this one's turn. 10, 20, 30. Rio.
I will mage armor, and then I will shillelagh as my bonus.
Nice.
And that's me.
Veggie Pygmy Chief's turn.
Veggie pygmy.
And he will.
Probably everybody else would be in a tent, though, right?
No,
No.
we have no adventuring gear. Remember, you guys.
I don't have
you
a
guys,
tent.
you guys are lucky if you have blankets at this point.
Oh, well.
Yes.
Pretty sure I have a tent.
He moves 5 feet
I do
and
have
then kind of shudders quickly, and then Ullen and Jake give me a DC 12 con save.
Oh god, DC
On-
12 con.
What? So how do we do that, bro? Oh, that's a new one for me.
go to your sheet.
Yep.
And then go to your saving throws, and then click Constitution.
Oh.
So, Alan manages to catch her breath in time to not inhale any of the spores. You aren't so quick. You manage to, in fact, as you kind of take your breath that you were expecting to hold for a few seconds until the spores settle, you kind of just inhale a full lungful of them. You are now poisoned. Whichever one we can use for poison. Where is the poison?
Be right back
Poison.
when I get some more drink.
That can be poison. And at the start of each of its turns. So that's on your next turn.
How much do I take?
2d8.
2d8.
Yeah. And he will sit there. Bring us to this veggie pygmy's turn.
No, don't do it.
What?
I don't think
miss?
12. I not think 11 is going to hit me. Double check. Yeah, that doesn't hit.
Jake, this is on you. I believe
That
that
hits.
hits.
With an 8. Yep.
Oh, gosh.
And Nezu.
Yeet, let's see. Oh, yeah, that's definitely it. Yeah, that's it.
Whoa.
You just die.
Heavy hit.
No,
Who's
just-
it?
Oh, my God.
Alan's turn.
Okay. Well, I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
Aye.
I have a question though while it's my turn. Maybe grab my note, but when you're in darkness and you're attacking something,
It's disadvantage.
what's the penalty for that? It's just disadvantage? Okay.
Yeah, it's the same as being blind. It's just being blinded.
Okay. I can never find my spells. Here they are.
But I'm pretty sure,
Darkness,
yeah,
oh.
if you're casting darkness, it also means anything
Oh, not
firing.
actually casting.
Okay. But it also means anything firing into the darkness is also at a disadvantage because you're basically in a sphere of black.
Oh, you know, that wouldn't be a bad idea though. So maybe I could cast darkness on myself. I believe darkness.
Okay, I will just say this: casting darkness on yourself or on the party is almost never a good idea in combat. Save it for utility if you're wanting to use it for that.
You say that, but I can see through darkness.
Oh yeah, well actually yeah, if you can see through darkness and it's true sight, it's not dark vision, because darkness is magical darkness. There's a difference.
I see through magical darkness, I believe.
Oh, okay, then yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You'll be able to do it.
So it would technically work.
But
you know,
you're
I'm gonna
also-
do that because that sounds cool. So why not? Because I don't think these things are magical.
Okay.
Dark vision. So yeah, I'm gonna just cast dark vision on myself. I believe. Here, let me just click the spell at this point. Because I believe it'll tell me that I can fix it to something.
60-foot range.
Oh
No.
god, it's 60 foot though. I probably
Oh, no.
no. That's,
no, 15
No, no.
minutes.
that's like cast
Sorry,
range.
yeah, 60-foot cast range, 15-foot radius.
15 foot radius. Yeah, if the point you choose is an object you are holding or one that isn't being worn or carried, the darkness emanates from the object and moves with it.
So you're centering it on yourself, at least for now.
Well, I would just put it on like my cloak or whatever, you know.
Not being carried or worn.
Oh,
have to
it
be
cannot
holding
be
it.
carried or worn? If you are choosing
Yeah.
a point an object that you are holding.
If you're holding it, so if it's say like a dagger or something like that, you're holding in your hand, you can do
I'll
that.
put it on my
if you're wearing
my
it.
tome then. Can I do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah,
Okay, sure.
but
Yeah,
so
put it on my tome book.
it is centered on you, which is that.
And then Sure, it's an action. And then for the rest of them, then I guess the next action I'll shift away.
Is this one getting attack of opportunity on me? That one that's next to me if I move?
What's that?
Does this one here get an
Yeah.
attack of opportunity if I move?
Actually, I'll
Yeah.
just stand. No, actually, I will. It doesn't matter if I shift, really. I'll shift 5 to the left, which means you might want to move the square 1 to the
Yes.
left as well.
That's what I was doing.
And that'll be my turn.
Yeah. Now this Fiji pygmy. And he kind of stumbles forward, and this will be at a disadvantage, obviously. So that's got to be a miss, right?
Yeah, well, it's a 9. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Democos?
Whoa.
Um,
Here's an
I
interesting question. If someone is standing in darkness and they're attacking someone not in darkness, does that mean they have they don't have disadvantage attacking, but when
Nah,
attacked they do?
The magical darkness, it basically affects either party if they're in darkness, because it's
Okay, I see.
it's a magical effect that actually like clings to you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if
So
I'm
yeah.
still out, if I'm out of the darkness, I don't get disadvantage on my attacks.
No.
People
So
that
like you could attack this one here at normal attack, but if this one here was there, then you'd get disadvantage against it, and it would get disadvantage against you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What about the troll king? I mean the pygmy king.
am I back?
He's
Yeah.
in the dark.
I can hear you.
It is your turn though, Democos.
Yes. Yes. I will cast this at second level because of my being a tiefling thing. And then I will cast this. And that I need to do one of those after casting that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I shall go over here. That is me.
So Jake, you take 2d8 from the poison, so you take 14 damage.
Okay.
As you kind of throw up just bile and phlegm. And then give me is it a choice? At the end of each of its turns. Right. So have your turn and then give me a cons saving throw.
So this one here, if I attack it with a spell, it's at disadvantage, yes.
Yes.
And if I also step into that,
It'd be disadvantage either way.
I reckon I could have one-shot him. If it was in the darkness, if the rolls went right.
You're welcome.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'll just cast Sacred Flame to the one that's closest to me.
Sure.
Gotta make a DC 15, I think.
Yep.
Does it make the save?
That's what I'm checking. No. So 10 damage.
Hmm.
And it kind of burns up and shrivels at your feet.
Nice.
Ah! No, it doesn't.
Oh,
It still
That's
drops.
oh.
It still drops to the ground. It still seems to be unconscious, but that wasn't fire damage. And is that your turn?
I'll take a bonus action with Healing Word.
Take your
After-
healy word and then give me a
after that-
con save.
Level 2.
Nice, nice, nice.
With the bonuses on top of that,
Yep.
which is Disciple of Life,
You should like max out your health off of that.
which is 2, that's 4, 7. There was another one, wasn't there? No, it wasn't. The other one is when I heal other people.
And then con save as well.
So what is that? 4, 7, and 2. Yeah, and the con save.
Nice, and you're no longer poisoned. Bring us to this Veggie Pygmy's turn. Who, seeing that, you know, this darkness kind of enveloped you and a good 5 of his brothers,
Slurp.
decides he doesn't need to help. As this one closes it. And that's a miss.
That's a miss.
And then this one.
Y'all
We'll
might
get
be
to
now.
there and then sling you. Damakos. That was at you.
What a little bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to fireball him directly in his face.
Next turn.
I actually noticed an issue. It seems my initiative did not come up.
No,
Man, ain't even
Did
on.
you-
Didn't you
I
didn't click the
was
token.
you didn't click
meditating.
yeah, you didn't click the token.
Oh, whoops.
Oh,
That
quickly,
explains.
yeah, quickly roll it now. Because
Yep.
we're right. That was literally the end of the initiative turn. So yeah, you can just
Yeah,
take your
that
turn
was-
now.
That was
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
perfect time to just meditate for the first round.
Yep, I was totally meditating, zoned out. Did not know what was happening.
Gain disadvantage to every attack.
Riod yelling out didn't wake you up, but the fighting did.
I got it.
Take one
Ouch.
turn now.
Oh, attack the one right next to me.
Gosh.
So
Oh my god.
a solid hit, and it drops to the ground from that.
But not dead, right?
I mean, it appears to be dead to you, but I mean, you'd imagine there would be some kind of trigger. Just let the next round play out, and you'll see
The
why.
big red X didn't appear. It's not
Fair
dead.
enough.
They're all just playing dead, and then when we kill them, they'll just come back
Wait.
around. Cool, gee.
Okay then.
Move away. I feel
And-
like that's a ticking time bomb.
If that was your turn for the last round.
Yeah, one sec, I believe. Yeah, I'll put it in there. What is?
The one who is stealthed will flick this at you, Riod.
I mean, I took those 6 health out of my current hit points, not
So
temporary
that's
hit points.
23.
It's attacking with advantage.
That
Yes.
hits you. Yeah, that's a hit. And now it's Nezu's turn, probably.
Yeah, that's a hit.
But he is no
Um,
longer stealthed.
I wonder
What
still.
did you throw?
Okay, I
The sling, I see.
Through the sling.
Whomp.
let's see.
Hit the head with it.
Actually, I will help Riyadh. One, two, and stab this one.
It's a hit.
Does
And
that one drop? Does-
drops to the ground quite nicely.
Okay, and then I believe I do have an extra action. I mean, extra attack. So, would it be possible to throw my spear at this one?
I believe so, yes.
I see it does have a throw
Yeah.
modifier to it.
I just don't
I
know if
think-
your multi attacks need to be like the same attack. I'm pretty sure they don't.
Yeah. Oh, let me give that a quick check because I don't believe they say it has to be the same or to the same target.
It is 5e.
I think with monks,
Surprised
it's
me.
just flurry of blows, has to be unarmed.
This is just an extra attack from when I was 5th level.
Yeah, I think that's just an extra attack.
Yeah, I believe those are just truly an additional attack.
You can attack twice
See.
rather than once whenever you take the attack action on your turn. I mean, that's literally all it says about it.
Yeah, so I would say yes, you can do it.
Might as well try.
And that hits.
But now I am spearless.
And it
I'll
also
keep that noted.
drops that one to the ground, bringing us to Riot's turn.
Spearless and fearless.
That's a hit.
Riaga. We believe in you.
It drops to the ground.
I will also healing word myself at level 1.
Yes. So this will be at normal.
Yep. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm talking to
Yeah.
Alan. So 14 hit you, Alan?
Yeah, that will hit me. Well, it's isn't that a disadvantage?
No.
Actually, it doesn't matter because it would
he's
hit me either
flanking
way.
you. Yeah, well, he's
Oh.
flanking you as well, so that's why I said
Oh,
it's rolled at normal.
All year, I use this. Yeah, okay, that would hit me though.
Yes.
7 damage. I die.
Bring us to this one.
No,
who-
it does take damage back because of her armor.
No, I don't have the
Oh,
armor.
I thought you did do the
No.
armor.
She
Casts
cast
darkness.
Ah, I see.
instead. So this one kind of rights itself back up again and claws at you. And that's why it regenerates. But if 5 would not hit, surely. 10, 20, 30, and wow,
He no longer exists.
he is so sneaky. Where is it? There. And then this one will just disadvantage.
Or necrotic.
Does 11 hit you?
Nope, that does not hit me.
Another Vigi Pygmy.
No, it's force damage. Eldritch Blast is. I don't actually do necrotic damage, do I?
Plus 5 and attack against you, Jack.
Versus.
And then where's this one? There. And spends half its movement to stand up. 5, 10, 15 to get advantage.
That would be a hit.
Yep.
With King Vigi.
And
He's
Alan's
gone.
turn.
No.
He vanished.
Alright.
Yeah, he rolled a crit on his stealth roll, so he was just like, ha ha ha. I think you underestimated
I will
the Vigi.
do the almighty 5-foot shift away.
What was that?
Actually, oh no, I just gonna have to 5-foot shift because otherwise I'd get attacked by like 3 of them.
Are you,
can
no.
also-
are you using disadvantage?
It's only a
disengage?
creature you can see.
Oh yeah, true actually. Good point.
In darkness, you can just walk away.
Oh, I can?
Yeah, it's only a creature you can see.
Well, I can see them, but they can't see me.
Exactly.
So,
Thanks.
I mean, they're still, 2 of them are rolling at normal though.
does that imply that they would get an advantage?
I mean, they don't get advantage. I'm meaning, because 2 of them are flanking you, they get advantage, but because of the disadvantage, it reverts to normal.
Yeah. But I'm talking about if I just walked away, because...
No, you can just walk away, yeah, because it is by sight.
Okay.
They have to be able to see you.
Okay. Alright, how far is a 20 radius sphere?
5
That starts
feet
from...
further than this, I believe.
Let's see, so that would be... Ooh, that's like big.
Yeah, big.
Because Okay, so I would want to walk. I'm going to, let's see here. So I'm gonna need to be like, I can move pretty far. So I'm gonna move over to here. So you'll have to take the darkness with me. So sorry, what's
Is that
Literally everyone.
no, that I move 40 by default.
Oh fuck, you do too. Jesus.
Yeah. And then I'm going to cast Hunger of Hadar on all these guys, centered basically right here, and then to actually pull it in. The spell. Doo-doo-doo. So now I had to draw another like AoE on the ground. Though actually, I think I'd be running 2 concentrations. There's
Yeah,
a problem?
Actually,
Your
yes.
darkness
that is
will
the problem.
drop.
Your darkness will drop.
You know what? Just do that. Because I think that if I put it like right, I don't want to eat Nezit though. But you know what? That's fine actually. I don't mind. Because if I center it right here, on like this one, it will eat like 4 of them anyway. So, and it will deal cold damage. So like kill them. So sure, that's fine. Darkness can drop.
I believe that's right.
It would be very hard to put a 20-foot square in there without killing, without hurting someone.
I think that's the best that you can do.
Well, it's a
hurting someone else.
circle. But yeah.
Yeah, it's a circle, but same difference.
Oh, yeah, circles are still squares. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
So
what's
it's
it
always
do?
20 feet, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, that's good enough. So yeah, the darkness will drop and all those guys will get enveloped in it.
Nice. So on their turns, they take that damage.
They take 2d6 cold.
Yes. Demikos.
Yes. I shall move forward 5 feet. And then I will just quickly see how far away I am from things. And
It should be noted,
cast-
everyone 30 feet of the sphere hears slurping and whispers.
So, the first spell will have advantage because of this, and then I'm going to cast it at him, and then cast the second one at him, and it'll just be 2 firebolts.
That's 1 hit. Which is the advantage one, so that one dies as it burns and shrivels up.
Is
then
it
the
with fire
second-
damage?
Yeah. And then the second one kind of streaks off through the darkness for a second before it hits a tree in the background. Vidya Pigman's turn. He takes the 2d6.
Are you gonna roll that, or do you want me to roll that?
I rolled it. Sorry, it came up as
Well,
a
that's
2.
fine.
It came up as a 2 and a 1. I accidentally GM rolled it. I can re-roll it if you want.
No, it's fine. Like, I'll take your word. I just didn't know if you were wanting me to roll it.
No, yeah, actually, you roll it. It's your fucking spell.
Sure.
Gives you a chance at rolling.
I mean, I can only do better than a 3, pretty much.
Yeah. It was more give you a chance at getting better than a 3. So that one dies.
It is cold
Next
damage,
turn.
so yeah, I believe
Yeah,
it.
so it's dead too.
Mhm.
Not that you guys can see it, but yeah, kind of.
Not that I can't even see it because it blocks all type of vision, even
Yeah.
magical.
But it kind of gets extreme frostbite in all of about 3 seconds and dies.
The slurping noises were too much.
Probably just makes you kill yourself, to be fair.
I actually forgot to put my patron ability on.
What are you measuring?
I have a spell in mind that I might use.
Fireball centered on yourself.
Yeah, bro, 100%. Yeah, I love damaging myself.
YOLO.
I just don't want to. Yeah, I just don't want to give the enemy the opportunity to damage me, bro.
I mean, if you want, I can center the fireball on you.
Oh no! You say that for yourself, bro. That's
I
your
can figure
spell that you
out-
use on your own.
You'll
know?
never take
I mean,
me
I do.
alive.
I do have hellish resistance.
Just engulf yourself in flames.
It's like one of those epic get surrounded, the whole dog pile jumps on top of you, cast fireball on yourself.
So what were you doing, Greg?
Oh, it's my turn, is it? Oh shit.
Yeah, it has
Bad.
been this whole time.
Well, okay, alright.
Well, I thought you were measuring shit.
I was. We've got the shit talking. Anyway. I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes 50 feet from me. And I will summon it. It'll take the form of Morningstar. And I will... Wow. It's still in the Shroud of Darkness, eh? Or is it dropped?
Yes. No, this is another thing. You can't see into the
This is
saber.
different darkness.
Oh, okay.
This is a
It's
different
like
darkness.
it's super dark.
This one sounds super darkness and sounds wet and slurpy.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was meant to cast that at level 3, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how to do it from here. It won't give me the option. Even if I do have it here.
Tell me if you.
Oh, I
want
do.
to
Never mind.
or
Yeah, I do.
anything.
I do. That's
Oh, that would definitely hit it.
and it gains
Another
1d
1d8.
1d8. Yep.
So it's 2d8 damage.
2d8. If I'm blind, well, fuck.
Spiritual weapon.
Wait, this was against the one closest to you, eh?
No, I was
Oh.
going to summon it elsewhere.
Oh, where?
I wanted, yes, I wanted to see if I could see in that, but I can't see it in there.
No,
If I
you
stick the spiritual weapon in there, no,
No.
because I need to be controlling it. Never mind. Well, then, yeah,
You-
I will summon it by me then.
Yeah, you can control it at a distance, but you can't summon it in there because you can't see it. Can't see
Yeah.
it. So that is a 4 and a 3. 7 plus 4 is 11.
So with
It's not-
spiritual weapon, the
not meant
weapon
to be.
attacks itself out.
Yeah.
But can you like use it as a weapon? Can
No.
you hold it?
No.
No, I
it's
can't,
spiritual
no.
weapon.
But I can take my bonus action and have it move and attack again.
Ah.
Pretty sure that's what it says. Yep, as a bonus action
Mhm.
on your turn. Yep. So from here, I will move it 20 feet up to where Damoclos is, right here. So I can't control it.
Oh no, hang on. That was what happened. You used your bonus action to make it attack just then. That's not an extra attack.
Oh, is it not? Okay.
So yeah,
Alright.
that's your turn. Unless you
Wait,
want
don't I have another ability? Because I used it as a bonus action, didn't I?
Oh yes.
I still got my normal action.
Yes, you do, sorry.
I will move over to Damoclos actually. And strike it with Morningstar.
This one will step out of the darkness after taking its
Oh,
2d6.
Sorry. Does this one get a attack of opportunity as well?
It's not
Is that it?
currently standing up. It's not.
Oh, right, yeah. Got slashed and dashed to the ground.
Alan, give me 2d6.
2d6. What? That's 5.
5.
Bad, but probably not good enough to kill it.
No. So it's moved 5, 10, 15, 25, 30.
Wait, did we take my attack on this time on here?
You don't.
Because I use my movement and I still have my action.
Oh, we'll make you. Yes, a
I-
19.
I'll just-
Yeah. Sorry, you should have just instantly rolled the damage. A 19, like 13s have been hitting these guys. You don't need to ask me if a 19 hits.
Whoops, fucking. That's some
Those
nice
are
damage, eh?
great.
That's like huge damage.
And this one will, that you've just attacked, use disengage and 10, 20,
Just make him punch me.
30. Bring us to this one's turn. Who?
On its turn, I will use my reaction. And
It's 5 health, and then yes, use your reaction.
I could have totally AFK-keyed that dude if he didn't run away.
And then it will make its attack against you.
which is it.
It is a hit. Bring us to Nezu's turn.
So I have a quick question that probably was
Oh.
asked when I was AFK. Is it
Just
possible
quickly-
to use a... Oh, sorry.
Just quickly, everyone roll perception rolls as well at this point. Sorry, I was meant to do it
Yeah.
before that last veggie pick me,
That's
but yes,
an eight.
continue, Nezu.
I'm just having this idea, so I can't
Would it be
say.
possible... Oh, sorry. Would it be possible to use a torch as a weapon?
Yes, it's
Improvised.
a improvised weapon, but I would do fire damage behind it as well. So it would be 1 damage for the actual attack itself, and then probably like a D4 at most for fire damage, I think it is.
You're gonna hold
Noted.
the torch. You're gonna hold the torch to one of the drop ones and just burn its face off.
Yeah, well,
This is also
essentially
possible.
that's all you need to do. I'm just looking up if it actually has a specific fire damage amount. It deals 1 fire damage, yeah.
Hmm.
So it'd be 2 damage, 1 blunt, 1 fire. And it would not count as a simple or martial weapon for terms of like flurry of blows and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Since
Okay,
it
so...
provides-
Okay, so plan B. I
But
shall...
before you have your turn, because
Mm-hmm.
you are the one that would notice this, Riod to some extent, but not to the same degree as you, but you can hear, or more so feel, a rumbling from the north. It feels like a pair of very large footsteps. Sorry, 2 pairs of very large footsteps. A pair
I
of
yell... Pair of
people,
people?
creatures.
Large
Or creatures.
footsteps.
It's
Hmm.
Drogosaurus. He's coming back with his mate.
Like that large?
Like that large, yes, but it's not the same kind of running, rumbling vibration. It feels like people walking on a larger scale. You might almost say a giant scale.
Haha. Fair enough.
As in, like, a giant people, or as in a lot of normal-sized people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm sorry. Ellen rolled an 8 on that perception. She didn't
What?
perceive it at all. Like
Well,
Nezu, Riod would be able to tell that something's on the way. Nezu would be able to tell that chances are it's very big people.
It's very big.
Alright. Yep, these people are big. Well, I mean, for him, he's a halfling,
It's
so
true.
everyone's really
Yeah,
Oh.
she does make a fair point.
Exactly. But yes, it is your turn now, Nezu.
Okay, I'll yell that there's something coming from the north, something large, and then I will go to plan B, which is I'll just use...
Just unarmed punch him a bunch.
I actually, you weren't wrong. Let's see, what is it? I'm trying to find it. Because I think it's called Hands of Harm. Yes, here it is.
Is it possible to throw people
Nice.
in D&D? Can you like throw someone into the void bubble?
I don't think there's shoving rules,
I
but I don't
There
think there's
it's a
specific
feat.
rules.
You,
Yeah, I
I
don't think there's
think you can
specific
get a
rules.
feat.
See,
you can,
I see.
Okay.
But I mean, me personally, I would boil it down to, can you throw that amount of weight? If so, then yeah, I'll probably let you do it. Which isn't to say I'm going to let Nezu throw, a Goliath or something like that, but I would allow it the other way around, if it makes sense.
Makes sense.
Would you allow me to throw this battle?
Okay.
Fuck.
Oh no.
Ow.
Fucking Fraser. Bro. It was actually
Okay.
super related, but that was well said, bro. Not gonna lie.
Just cast a fireball centered here.
oh,
I'm ready. Hit me with it.
Best make your
Good.
picks then, Nezu.
Okay. So I
we
will
got healing spells.
healing spells. That's a later thing. But I will do an unarmed attack on this one first, just because I have to do an unarmed attack. Well,
And
that missed. I will use my extra attack.
that one hits. Against the same one.
Yes, this is on the same one. And like I
And then
pulled up, I'll use Hands of Harm on it.
Yep. Well, either
What is
way,
your
the
martial arts
damage
die at this level?
the damage does kill it, and it does die because it took necrotic damage from your Hands of Harm. So you watch as it shrivels up and kind of crumbles to dust. You guys are really savage sometimes, eh? Or did you have bonus action or anything you wanted to use?
To be honest, at this point, it's probably not going to be worth doing one. I could hit this one, but actually, is that a fresh one? No, that's already only at 3 HP. So honestly, there'll be no point hitting it because it's already at the brink of death. We just had to do necrotic or fire core damage on it, I believe, if I remember correctly.
I mean, it'll lose its turn. You'll have
You
to-
may.
No, it doesn't. It heals at the start of its turn.
Oh.
You'd basically, if you manage to take it down without those damage types, it's basically you halving its movement speed. Because it's got to spend its turn standing back up, which is half movement
see.
speed.
Yeah, which would be pretty pointless at this point. Because he's probably just going to attack me at this point. So no bonus actions this time.
Alright, Riod's turn then.
all right. Well, with something large coming, I'm gonna go ahead and symbiotic entity.
Yep.
And then I'll go ahead and heal myself at level 2 as a bonus action.
Heal your bees. Oh, I actually could have.
And that'll be it.
Nice. Vegipugme's turns 2d6.
Oh, sorry. You were. Yeah. I didn't,
Yeah, to you. Sorry, I should have said.
7.
Yep. As it moves out, and then so it's 10, 20, 30, and it will make an attack against Jack. And miss. And this one's turn, he is dead. And then, Alan, you... Let's see if this happens.
A 10?
It's advantage on both of them, or the first one at least, so 22.
Oh, God.
And I mean, he didn't even have to move. You literally walked right next to him. You look down and you just see the Veggie Pygmy's chief sticking your thigh with his spear.
Ow.
The second one, I think, would miss though.
He's back.
I mean, what is it hitting against
14.
me? Because I don't. 14 will hit, yeah.
Okay, so
Okay,
it's
I
16 damage,
Is
and
that actually considered flanking? Oh, he's stealthed, I see.
yeah, he was stealthed. And give me a Constitution saving throw to see if you keep your concentration.
2 of them.
Can I guidance it? Oh no, it's not my turn.
I think I haven't. Well, it doesn't matter. I was pretty sure I
Oh,
have
yeah,
advantage on this, but
You keep your
I rolled two
you keep your
17s.
concentration.
You have advantage on Constitution saving throws when making concentration checks.
Give me another 2d6 damage then.
Whoa. Oh,
Whoa.
perfect.
Yeah, this one just like it's never seen again. Actually, yeah, it's never seen again because it's token.
Right. But
And then this one's turn gets 5 HP. And then 10, 15, 20, 5, 30. Even though that's nowhere near 30, but that's still. And with advantage against Jake. Oh,
also, I did forget, but you'll have to remind me that I can do stuff when I kill creatures.
They got me with a crit. Is that a crit?
yeah.
11, 22. It doubles the damage.
No, it's
Right.
no. The 6 plus 5 is the double damage.
The plus 5 is the extra damage of the crit.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just 11. Bringing us to this Veggie Pygmy's turn, who regenerates some more health. Did pop himself off, and then we'll make an attack against Nezu. Which 11, I would assume, misses. And now it's
Yes.
Owen's turn. Yeah, I'm just going to delete this one because he hadn't rolled initiative,
Oh.
so he never existed.
Interesting.
So
He's
you
meditating
can
as well.
you can drop the spell this turn if you want.
I mean, technically, there's no reason to not drop.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think there's a you can move it or anything.
No, I cannot. So. But it zones, but nothing else. So. But it's my turn, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Alright. Just 5-foot shift away, and the chieftain's kind of annoying, so I'll probably just Eldritch Blast him. Eldritch Blast is gonna do way, but it's also not gonna kill him because I don't have enough. It's like if it's not cold or whatnot, it kills. So I have a plan. Okay. This one right here is alive, or is it standing, or what's this
Alive.
one doing?
Yeah, it's alive
Okay.
and standing.
I
Oh.
will try.
Did you move away from these ones?
I shifted 5, yeah.
Yes. You must have. Yes.
Oh.
So they take a attack against you. 2 of them do.
For shifting?
Yeah, because you moved out of their range. It's 10 feet within their range, more than 10 feet in their range, or 5 feet out of their range. Unless you use disengage action.
Is
Or bonus
shifting
action
not
if
like a
you're
thing
rogue.
in 5th edition?
No,
What?
not that I've ever heard of.
What? Grill.
Shifting? Yeah, we shift all the time, don't we?
No.
Maybe not. Huh.
The shifting's not a thing you can do in 5th edition?
Weird.
No,
Alright,
because
well,
that's
then
the
you-
whole that's the whole point of Rogue's Cunning
Yeah.
Action is that they get disengage and dash for free as a bonus action. So yeah, there is no shifting of 5th edition.
Alright, fair enough. I spend my action to disengage then.
Yeah.
Which I
Yeah,
think is that a 5-foot shift then?
No, you get the entirety of your movement. You can just move as per normal,
Okay.
but as opposed to using your action to cast a spell or making an attack, you're putting all your focus onto
That's
dodging.
fine.
And that's what makes rogues special, is that they can do that for free as a bonus action. And that's probably why they took it away from the earlier editions, because it would have just been too strong to have the monk who can just walk into combat, attack 6 times with one attack action, and then disengage.
Alright, I'm gonna disengage down to here. And yeah,
Demokos'
I
turn.
believe that's my turn.
Would I be able to tell which one of these two looks more injured?
Yes, the southern one, the bottom one.
Okay, so I'm going to cast a firebolt at the southern one.
That is fine.
I'll take.
And that, yeah, completely obliterates it.
And then I am going to
Attack. So I can move.
I mean,
You do still have expeditious retreat, so yeah, you can.
I'm just trying to think of whether I should run past this one or run past this one.
Remember, something's coming
Don't run
from
past
the
the
north.
Something really
And-
big.
And you're going to run specifically past them to trigger their reaction attacks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please. Please do
something-
that, squishy boy.
Yeah. Okay. If something is coming from the north, I will probably head south. So I'll head past him. I'm gonna head down here.
Oh, he misses anyway.
Ah, bastard!
Oh, you're trying to get the armor of Agatha.
Yeah.
Because it does cold damage.
Yep. So is that your turn, I guess?
Yeah, that's my turn. I had to use a bonus action to dash as well.
That one is also dead. Jake's turn.
Is this one still alive? Yeah.
Yep. Still alive and active.
Does it look like it's bloodied?
It looks like it's definitely seen better days, yeah. Technically not half health, but technically is half health. It's 5 out of 9. I don't care about letting you guys know.
I'm gonna
I think
have.
you guys figured out that any double digit damage puts them down.
I'm going to take my bonus action for spiritual weapon and have it move up to here, and make an attack on it.
Make your attack.
Make my attack. Yep. Where is my attack? Where I left it. Right there.
That is a miss.
Fuck it, I'll just take the fucking. Oh.
So you're just taking the hit? Run away?
Yeah. Yeah. Might have to.
kill!
Critical damage.
You could avoid his 10 foot.
I can avoid his 10 foot. It's only 30 feet right here. And it's 10 feet's right there.
No, he doesn't
Yeah, you
get
just
10
missed.
feet of attack range.
He's got a spear.
Oh, there. Wait, does that have reach though?
It's not a long spear.
Pretty
I don't
sure a
think.
spear has reach.
Yeah, it's not. any special spare. It's just the basic same one that Nezu uses. It doesn't give you reach. It's not a halberd or lance.
Okay. Oh, anyway, yeah, I will move.
Oh.
I'll take a advantage attack from that one. Oh, come on. Lux was rolling real
Spare
nice
has range
tonight.
throwing and versatile.
No, that's not at advantage this time. So it's only the 17, so it's only 6 damage. And doesn't even hit you because it's 17.
7, yeah. Oh, cool. Oh, anyway,
Didn't you roll a...
I'll move to here.
Did you crit?
Come again?
Didn't
What's
you
that?
crit?
Yeah, you got a nat 20 on that.
On advantage, yes, but it doesn't have advantage currently because he's not flanked. It had advantage before because he had another
Is
Vizzy
he a
pick me here.
disadvantage?
What?
Wait, the first number is a...
Oh no! For some reason my thing had scrolled up, and there was the earlier claws attack that had the crit that said. So yes, sorry, that is 10 damage.
You know, I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, that looks like a crit to me.
Yeah, sorry. I was like, what are these guys on about? The crit is obviously in the second slot. Oh, it didn't drop you. You must be looking pretty bad by this point, though.
No, maybe I got the healing from my
yeah,
healing
true.
word. And I will should really use a healing spell, but I don't really want to.
Sink another healing spell into yourself. I
The
can't
rolls
heal
on-
everyone else if I'm dead.
I'll cast my next healing spell at level 3.
Isn't
But no,
the
is that
healer
your
just meant to heal themselves, though?
Actually, no, yeah, I'll hold it for now. And I'll end my turn. I'll hold my action and end my turn.
One Veggie Pygmy gets health back. Didn't take damage last turn. 10, 20, 30. And attacks Olin. 15 hit. I don't think it does.
Is that on?
Alan.
Did you say anything? What's
Does a
wrong?
15 hit?
Oh, me, yes. Sorry.
Then 5 damage.
Oh.
And
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
at the start of this next turn, we will be leaving it here with the information of this.
No. No. Ganondorf.
At this point, perception rolls aren't needed. You can see a fire giant making his way through the forest directly towards your current combat. And, I mean, if people want to roll me a quick perception,
I'll roll that perception check. What do I see?
Perception.
everyone can do it, yeah.
What do I see? Oh, well, I guess not. That's
Yeah,
What do I
the-
see?
The two 16s and the 19 would also be pretty damn sure that there's another fast one moving around to go around your guys' camp. But you have not seen it yet.
That there's
You can basically
another fire giant going around our camp?
Yes.
Okay.
And it very specifically seems like he's going to move around to flank it. Like, it's the perception roll is just to be like, yeah, I'm sure of that. But yeah, you're watching this one basically stroll straight into the middle, while you can tell that there's another faster moving one that's going off to the east side of the camp. That, I mean, you would assume would be flanking. But we will leave it there for the week.
Yep.
Because I know you Yanks, it must be nearly, if not already, midnight.
30 till, but it's still pretty late.
Almost.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
If we want to keep doing this, we can. But we can leave it here as a cliffhanger as well.
I think we.
I feel like we gotta go play
Yeah,
stop.
I think we can leave it for a
Unless,
cliffhanger.
That's a good
unless
point.
everyone else wants to go, like I'm fine going a bit more, but I feel like this
Right.
is a pretty good place to stop.
He's no point, yeah.
Yeah.
Now you guys can just spend the week
no,
dreading
no.
what do the fire giants mean.
I mean, we're gonna fight them now as well,
They've
obviously.
obviously come to worship me for burning the forest.
Yeah. Hmm.
Hopefully.
Actually, that might
But I mean,
Hmm.
the massive sword that he's carrying on his shoulder probably doesn't scream the best idea.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't say I was sticking around to find out. Oh.
All right. It was a good one, though. Got in a little bit of combat. Found out we've been lugging a dead guy around for no reason for, a week and a half or so.
I've been in tears over that all week, trust me. It's kept me happy all week, man. The fact that I knew everything that was happening and everything that was going on, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is beautiful.
It's actually been pretty funny. It's like, fuck it. I'm just really glad that at least one person's finally agreed with me that Oralunga is a good place to go.
Yeah,
This
we'll
Democos
see.
is like, I've had this one mission, and you guys are just ignoring me about it.
It's my entire plot hook for the story, guys. Let me in.
And then has been just strong arming the powerful person you know into being like, hey, yeah, no, it's a good idea.
But yeah, it was a good one. Thank you for watching, if you've been watching. And if you haven't been watching, you should have been watching. I hope everybody has a great day. And peace out. Bye-bye.